9694.
This is CNN, the world's news network.
Hi, welcome to our viewers joining us here in the US and from all around the world. You're watching CNN Newsroom. I'm Robin Kerno. So ahead this hour.
We will never allow an angry mob to tear down our statues, erase our history, indoctrinate our children, or trample on our freedoms.
Dividing, not uniting. President Trump delivers another divisive message on Independence Day as the pandemic surges through America. Plus, thousands flock back to pubs in the UK for a proper pint after months of lockdown. But will Super Saturday turn out to be a super spreader as well? Also, new daily records. Florida's coronavirus cases spike in the midst of crowded beaches and bars this holiday weekend. Will new closures happen?
Live from CNN Center, this is CNN Newsroom with Robin Kerno.
Great to have you along this hour. So Americans are marking Independence Day, usually a day for patriotism and pride, but this year we're seeing disunity over politics and the coronavirus pandemic. Traditional fireworks filled the sky over the National Mall in Washington just a few hours ago. This as the nation deals with a troubling surge in the virus. Some people were forced to stay at home. These beaches in California, as you can see, were closed. The state is struggling with a record number of people in the hospital with the virus. Meanwhile, rising cases did not keep everyone off the beaches in Florida. This beach was packed as well as others. Florida is one of the nation's hotspots, reporting the most cases in a single day so far on Saturday. Well, here's a look at where things stand across the U.S. Most states are experiencing spikes in daily infections. Only one state is seeing a decline. While some people went to the beach, others spent the holiday rallying for social justice and exercising their right to protest, which is at the very heart of America's democracy. U.S. President Donald Trump, however, blasted protesters as, quote, the radical left, Marxists, anarchists, and agitators. He said the country's sometimes racist past must be protected.
We will never allow an angry mob to tear down our statues, erase our history, indoctrinate our children, or trample on our freedoms. We will safeguard our values, traditions, customs, and beliefs. We will teach our children to cherish and adore their country so that they can build its future.
So again, to emphasize, this is a holiday that celebrates how Americans came together to gain independence. But you wouldn't know that by the president's remarks, even at this critical time. Well, Jeremy Diamond has more on President Trump's message. Jeremy.
Well, on 4th of July, most American presidents typically aim for unifying remarks, but President Trump this evening, for the second night in a row, focusing his Independence Day remarks on exploiting cultural divisions among Americans, particularly at this time of deep division in America with two crises, both the coronavirus pandemic and these protests over a national reckoning on racism in America. President Trump delivering these divisive remarks in which he even compared his current political fight against leftists in America, radical leftists as he called them, to the fight against Nazis in World War II.
American heroes defeated the Nazis, dethroned the fascists, toppled the communists, saved American values, upheld American principles, and chased down the terrorists to the very ends of the earth. We are now in the process of defeating the radical left, the Marxists, the anarchists, the agitators, the looters, and people who, in many instances, have absolutely no clue what they are doing.
Now, President Trump on Saturday also said that we will not allow anyone to divide our citizens by race or background. Those remarks, fairly remarkable coming from this president, one who started his campaign by decrying Mexican immigrants as criminals and rapists, a president who called for a total ban on Muslims entering the United States, a president who said that a judge who was of Hispanic origin could not be impartial in a case involving him. This president claiming on Saturday that he will not allow others to exploit people by racial divisions. Now, President Trump sought to recast himself as a protector of American history and heritage. That was the theme of his remarks on Friday at Mount Rushmore and on Saturday at the White House. But the president for the last week hasn't focused on protecting statues of founding fathers as he has claimed in this speech. Instead, he has focused on protecting Confederate namesakes and monuments. That has been the heart of the president's focus over the last week, and yet now he is trying to recast that battle. But certainly, these remarks from the president on a 4th of July, where America is facing these crises, divisive and certainly not unifying for this country. Jeremy Diamond, CNN, the White House.
Well, Florida is one of the biggest U.S. hotspots right now, reporting thousands of new cases on Saturday.
Anna Ross, Anna found a kindred spirit. Once a professional ballet dancer, Donna taught dance in Frisco.
She was very...
You're like the Black Judas. New York City Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez doesn't think taking $1 billion out of the police budget is enough. She wants the police defunded completely. Think about this. This woman is an advisor to Joe Biden. She is the one who came up with the Green New Deal, where there'll be no planes in the sky, everyone will survive on a government allowance, and you'll never eat a hamburger again. She is an avowed socialist with a senior position on that Biden campaign. And Elizabeth Warren, another senior advisor to Joe Biden, wants companies to share profits with the community before the shareholders. And on the West Coast, Governor Newsom and Mayor Garcetti have pretty much canceled the 4th of July. No beaches, no restaurants, no bars. Stay home, wear a mask, and just call it a day. All because of the coronavirus. And yet, hospitals aren't overflowing, but you need to be locked down. On the East Coast, Governor Phil Murphy has shut down restaurants scheduled to be open because of the virus, the same in Michigan. Remember when you were prevented from going to church in the blue states? Now you're not going to be able to celebrate your independence. Think about it, your independence on the 4th of July. So, it looks like the 4th of July, if you're in a red state, you got a better chance of celebrating. And in a blue state, there's a dark cloud that prevents you from celebrating. After all, Dr. Anthony Fauci says so. We did get good news, though. The job numbers this week, 4.8 million people went back to work. That's almost 5 million families who have some hope, some optimism, and something to look forward to.
Underlying that is there's this deep sense of
public life as you watch people make a gargoyle of your life.
Plus, the
accounted for just by increased testing, as some have suggested.
no, Rob.